Hey drummers, how's it going? It's Alex once again, bringing you some more fun-free drumming ideas. This week's lesson is for beginners. We've got 8 bars to get through. Essentially, we've only got to learn sort of 5 in total, because bars 1, 3, 5 and 7, they're all exactly the same. What we've got kind of going on is like a call and response sort of exercise. We're going to learn a groove and then play something different at the end. So we're going to learn a series of 2-bar loops and then put it all together as one continuous sequence and then loop that around a few times. So if you like what you saw in the intro and you want to give this bad boy a crack, stick around and I'll break her down. Here we go. All right, so if you've got the sheet music for this lesson, if you look at each line, the first bar always starts off with kick, kick, snare, kick, kick, snare. All right, so we've got quarter notes going on the hi-hat. 1, 2, 3, 4. For beat 1, we've got bass, bass, kick, kick. Can be a little bit tricky. Try not to do the old and have your right hand following your right foot. You want to sort of hit the bass drum and the hi-hat, and as you bring your hand up again, do your second kick. So we got 1 and 2, 3 and 4. All right, you're going to need to be pretty good at this one because we're going to be playing it 4 times throughout the entire sequence. So one more time. 1 and 2, 3 and 4. All right, so let's take that groove, loop it around a few times, get comfortable with it, and then we look at what we can add on to the end of it for each line. So here we go. Bit quicker. All right, if we now go back to line 1, we've got 2 measures. Obviously, we've just done the first bar. Now, the second bar, which is the response, we're just gonna add 1 extra kick drum, and that is on the and of beat 2, just after that snare drum. So if I go through it sort of beat by beat, we've got 1 and, it's exactly the same. The different one is 2 and. Okay, so we're hitting that snare drum and hi-hat together, and then following it up with a kick. So we've got 1 and 2 and then beats 3 and 4 are exactly the same. 3 and 4. All together, we've got 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. A lot of action with that kick drum. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. All right, so if we now take bar 1 and bar 2, stick them back to back, we get 1 and 2, 3 and 4. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. All right, so let's pop up there, play a couple of different speeds, then look at line 2. Bit quicker. Okay, so line 2, we'll be looking at measures 3 and 4. We know what 3 is. Measure 4, quite a fun one this one. We've got bass, bass, snare. Okay, so we've got that typical 1 and 2. And then once I've hit this snare drum, I'm going to add 2 sixteenth notes, all right? So we're going to go 1 and 2. We're going to bring the right hand down and go and. So we go 1 and 2 and 1 and 2 and then for beats 3 and 4, we're going to go 3 and then beat 4 is your snare drum and a hi-hat. So if we take measure 4, play it back to back, we've got 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. Sounds pretty sweet. Let's add that to measure 3 and get that nice little 2-bar loop going. So we got 1 and 2, 3 and 4. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. And again, 1 and 2, 3 and 4. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. Let's speed this bad boy up. Right, so moving on to line 3. This is by far my favourite, but by far the most difficult out of all 4. So we've got bar 1, or technically bar 5. 1 and 2, 3 and 4. Then we've got this pattern, okay, so we're playing solid 8th notes. So when I say solid 8th notes, there's no gaps, there's no 8th note rest, it's just 8th note, 8th note, 8th note, 8th note, all the way through the bar. So we're going to get beat 1, 1 and, beat 2, 2 and, beat 3, 3 and then for beat 4, we're going to sort of turn that little idea around. So instead of going snare, kick, we're going to go kick, snare. So now we're playing that snare drum independently from the hi-hat. So we're going to get this pattern. bass, bass, snare, bass, snare, bass, bass, snare. This sounds cool. Bass, bass, snare, bass, snare, bass, bass, snare. It's a tricky one. You're going to be really tempted to hit the hi-hat with the bass drum and then with that snare jump at the end. But you've got to just think right, left when you get to the end. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and a little bit quicker. I would just loop this bad boy around over and over and over again, and it starts sounding really cool when you pick up the tempo. So let's quickly have a look at that, and then we'll put it all together. Here we go. All right, let's thrash it up. Alright, so let's add measure 5 to it, and we get 1 and 2, 3 and 4, 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2, 3 and 4, 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. Okay, let's speed this bad boy up and go up there. Here we go. Alright, last but not least, let's have a look at line 4. This one's quite a cool one as well. So obviously measure 7, 1 and 2, 3 and 4. Measure 8 itself, we've got snare, kick, so we've got 1 and 2 and 3 and then we've got a little burst of 16th notes, 4 and up. So we've got hands, foot, hands, foot, hands, foot, right, left, 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. We add it to measure 7, 1 and 2, 3 and 4, 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. Sounds pretty cool. Nice little drum fill just to round everything off before we go back to the beginning of our 8-bar loop. So let's quickly speed that up, and then we'll cram all of this together and play it at, a couple of different tempos. Here we go. Alright, so we now know what each line sounds like. I'm going to go through them quickly individually. I'll put a tiny gap in between just to shout out which line I'm on, and then we're going to put it all together, and I'll play it at a sort of medium tempo and then nice and fast so you can hear what it's going to sound like when you get used to it. So here we go. Line 1. 1 and 2, 3 and 4. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. Line 2. 1 and 2, 3 and 4. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. Line 3, my favourite. 1 and 2, 3 and 4. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and line 4. Yeah, that's right. 1 and 2, 3 and 4. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. Cool. Let's stick them together and see what it sounds like. Here we go. A bit faster. Stupidly fast. Okay guys, so there it is. I hope you enjoyed that lesson. Thank you very much for watching. I'd highly recommend going and grabbing the sheet music for this particular lesson, which you can do so completely for free from onlinedrummer.com, and there is a link in the description below. If you like this lesson and you want to help support my channel, there's a link to my Patreon page if you want to get involved in that way. Also down there you'll find links to Facebook and Twitter if you just want to come and say hello. So until next time drummers, take care, keep drumming, and I'll see you next Thursday for some more fun free drumming ideas. Alright, see you later.